I'm trying to remember what the budget is every year. I think it's, what is it, $1 trillion, federal budget, and it just keeps growing, and we've got like 1 million people coming in every year, and we're only a 27 million population country. This is not sustainable. We do need, and this is the thing, the immigrants are often the most angry about this. I say it's the immigrants that are grandfathered in, the ones that are like, they've been here for at least 2-3 generations. They're like, Vietnamese, and they're like, what the hell is going on? I came here on a boat in the 60s. Like friends of mine that, I went to school with, their parents came on a boat in the 60s, fleeing the Vietnam War. And they're like, what has happened to Australia?
Yep.
This is, we didn't take welfare when we came here. We actually integrated into the system. One friend in particular, his family, they started a pharmacy, and they did very well for themselves. They went to within one generation, they were sending their kids to the King's School, for example, and it's like they're doing really well. But now we're seeing where things are going with this mass expenditure, the bureaucracy bubble in Canberra growing. No wonder WA hates
that's right.
Canberra so much.
And like you, Joel, it's not like we're anti immigration. I mean, what a hypocrite I would be. I'm a beneficiary. I'm a product of parents who migrated to Australia in 1970. Dare I say it, on a boat. That's how they got here, right? In 1970. Originally intending to be here for 1 or 2 years. Never left. Right. But made a big sacrifice, with a bit of an adventure, but made a contribution. My dad was in banking, my mum was a teacher, and they made a contribution to society. And obviously, we still retain some of our, in our little family, some French culture. That's okay. But we participated in Australian culture. And, for myself, my brother, my sister, well, we know nothing else other than to be, Aussies.
Mate, can I just say, you got something to be really proud of. If they came here in the 70s, their kid went to become like the honourable member of the upper house. That's amazing. That's actually really cool.
Yeah. Because opportunities exist in Australia, right? Anyone has an opportunity to be able to do something. And that's the wonderful way of life that we've got in Australia. And we want to retain that, but not have this excessive intrusion by government in everything, in them ramming their policy, their woke policy agendas down our throats and so forth. And that's why you then have, as you say, those older migrants who then saying, hang on a second, this is not what this was all about. Yeah. And that's why I told you the story earlier about Felicia in Cowan and why she's firing up. Yeah.
I've met her. She's lovely. I really like. I'm going to
be a force if she gets into Parliament.
Yeah, and this is the thing. A lot of people don't understand this. The minor parties don't really have a shot at winning lower house seats. That's why they go for the Senate. That's why they go for all your favourite freedom members of Parliament federally. They're in the Senate. They're not in the lower house. But you don't form government from the Senate. You form government from the lower house. That's why the Liberal Party, people are like, oh, Joel, why do you support the Liberal Party? I'm like, you don't form government from the Senate.
No.
Pauline Hanson will never be the Prime Minister because she's in the Senate. Neither will Malcolm Roberts or Gerard Rennick. I support them, and you'll see, us support them in, as the number one candidates in Queensland. But at a lower house level, you need people like Felicia to run for these pre-selections in the Liberal Party to pick the Prime Minister. Otherwise, we will never have someone like an Alex Antic, someone of that ilk, actually become the Prime Minister at a federal level.
Yeah, and the other thing is that I would really encourage, and I keep saying this to anyone in Western Australia and across the nation, is interrogate the values and the beliefs of each candidate. So rather than just casting somebody aside because they're part of a particular party, interrogate it a little bit further. It would be distressing for me if somebody said, well, we're just not voting for the Liberal Party. Well, hang on, come and have a chat to me. Maybe you might be inclined to vote for me, and I'll be able to share with you the names of other candidates who are a bit more like that. And obviously, you've already mentioned some heroes like Alex Antic and others. Well, they're Liberal MPs.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it always goes back to the individual, as you say.
100%.
You can have the Liberal Party is a very broad church, and in mind. I hope you enjoyed that particular clip. Remember to like, subscribe, share this video, get it out there. We've got to break the echo chamber. But also, if you're trying to get a hold of me a little bit more directly, I have actually a whole membership group of people on Buy Me a Coffee. It's kind of a overrated eyebrow club that I've formed. You guys know how much I love eyebrows. If you click the link in my description or if you click the link in my bio, you will actually see a link to join the Buy Me a Coffee family that I'm building. I want to be able to share more with you guys as to what are my plans ahead of the election, what are my raw and uncensored predictions for the elections and the various bills going through the parliaments. But also, I want to hear from you guys. What are the big tools that you want to see to help you meander through the craziness that will be 2025? And what advice do you have for me? What do you think the biggest issues are? Some of the best projects I've come up with have been from your ideas. The how to vote cards, the LGBT book registry, the reparations calculator. These are all things that you guys, from chatting with you, have inspired in me to form and make. I just happen to have the means to do it. But I want to actually, be walking around with both eyes open as to what's going on in this country. And the best way to do that is through you. It's through family. And I think that's why they try to destroy the family unit in this country. If you want to join the club, click the link in my description, click the link in my bio, join the family. There's 3 different eyebrow tiers, bronze, silver, and gold. You don't have to go for the gold one. The bronze one is really good. We're going to be chatting monthly on a Zoom together. We're going to be chatting about what's going on in this country, and I'm going to be able to hear about what's going on in your lives, what you guys need, and where you see things going. And I can be a little bit more raw with you and let's just say swear a little bit more, which I really want to do. I'll see you guys later. God bless you. Thank you again for your support, and I'll see you in 2025.